Ivan Pavlov and Judo, training the mind through reflex. Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist best known for his work on conditioned reflexes, never stepped on a tatami. Yet, his groundbreaking research on how the brain learns through repeated stimuli has a powerful resonance with Judo, an art that trains both the body and the mind through repetition, adaptation, and instinct. Let's explore how Pavlov's discoveries mirror the very heart of Judo training. Ivan Pavlov was originally studying to be a priest, but shifted to science, eventually winning the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1904. His most famous experiment involved dogs. He rang a bell before feeding them, and after repeated trials, the dogs began to salivate at the sound of the bell alone. This discovery led to the concept of classical conditioning, the idea that behaviors can be learned through association. 1. The scientific foundation, classical conditioning. Pavlov showed that when a neutral stimulus is consistently paired with a meaningful one, the brain begins to associate the two. Over time, the body reacts automatically. This became the foundation for behavioral psychology and taught us that learning is not just conscious, it can be automatic. 2. Judo, conditioned reflexes in motion. Judo training is built on conditioning responses. Every uchikomi, every grip fight, every throw repetition serves to wire our nervous system. You don't just think about a hip throw under pressure, you react. Your brain and body form a bond between stimulus and response. That's classical conditioning in a G. 3. Training the unconscious, from Pavlov's dogs to rondori. Just as Pavlov's dogs began to salivate without conscious thought, judokas move, grip, and counterattack through years of trained reflex. Rondori becomes a lab. The bell is the grip, the food is the throw. Over time, the judoka no longer has to decide, they just do. In Pavlovian terms, the stimulus becomes a shift in tension, a subtle movement in the sleeve. And the conditioned response becomes a sweep, a counter throw. 4. The greater lesson, Kano's vision of judo as a method of self-perfection fits beautifully with Pavlov's findings. Through conscious training and repetition, judo conditions not just the body, but the character. It rewires aggression into control, fear into calmness, and panic into presence. We aren't just learning to throw, we're learning to respond better to life's stimuli. Conclusion, Ivan Pavlov taught us that behavior can be trained, not just taught, but deeply conditioned. Judo shows us that this truth extends beyond the lab, into every breakfall, throw, and roll. On the mats, we're not just learning to fight, we're learning to react, adapt, and evolve. If you found this mental judo connection insightful, give us a like, drop your favorite conditioned move in the comments, and subscribe to the Martial Labs, where science meets the mat and the mind sharpens the body.